Okay, we're going to find a recipe in the Hustle app. We're going to find a recipe together in the Hustle app. So of course, like, you've got all your workout classes, there's like Pilates and bar, there's the challenges, and if you like missed the challenges, you can go back and do ones that happened previously, which I also like to do sometimes. This is the Power Flow Reset is one of my favorite trainers, Ebony. And it's really good because you get a mix of like Pilates and strength training. So yeah, that's also worth checking out. And of course, you can always use my code, which is HustleKim. I'll drop it in the link below if you want to go check it out, and that will give you $10 off of your first month. So you can do your whole first month for only $20, which is really good. But we are not looking to work out right this second. We are looking for the recipes. And so we've got breakfast, lunch, dinner. I'm going for the snacks, obviously. What snacks do we have? I made these, the double chocolate crackle slice, in a few videos ago, I think, but we want to try something different. This I am intrigued by. I really feel like oatmeal raisin cookies, so this sounds like it's gonna be up my street. We are going to need to get a few things. Okay, perfect. And you can do it all in one bowl, which I love. So I'm gonna make a little list, and then we're gonna go run to the shops because I have some other stuff that I needed to get anyways. So yeah, let's do that together. Good morning, everyone. I hope you are having a really good morning or afternoon or whatever time of day it is when you are watching this. So I got a few new in skincare bits, and also I feel like we have so much to catch up on. So we're gonna do a little get ready with me and catch up on all the tea. So first things first, so I accidentally bought this on Amazon. I've used this before. It's the Axis Y Dark Spot Correcting Glow Serum, and I bought like a tiny sample of it because everyone on TikTok, when I was researching like K-beauty stuff, really rated this, and so I got like a little sample of it and I liked it, but I just never bought a full-size one. And so Axis Y does one of my favorite mineral sunscreens, and I thought that's what I was buying, and then I got to my house and I was like, this is not a sunscreen. So yesterday I went to, there's like a K-beauty store, I guess, in the shopping center, and so I thought I would go and pick up, I would go and look and see if I could find another physical sunscreen, because I don't really like, I prefer like a zinc-based sunscreen over like a chemical one. So yeah, I found this. I mean, the packaging is not in a language that I can read, but this is the Round Lab Birch Juice Mild Up Sunscreen. And so when I looked at the ingredients, I was like, it's a zinc-based one. Great, let's try it if I can get it open. And this was totally a blind buy. I hadn't read any reviews. I just went in the store and was like looking around and was like, is there any physical sunscreens? Because my favorite one ran out. But I've used other stuff from this brand and really liked it. So I'll do that last. Next, of course, we're just doing vitamin C as always. So let's catch up. What happened this week? I had my PhD confirmation. I don't know what to call it. Basically what it is you do a 30-minute presentation on what you're planning on doing for your project. You do like a review of the area. You do a breakdown of what your project is going to look like. And then you have an independent assessor who has to be somebody who doesn't have any conflict of interest with any of your supervisors, and I have two. And so basically that means they haven't done any grants or any publications with them since 2025. And so yeah, it's not like just anyone can do it. And we had someone picked out. They confirmed in the email, yes, I'm gonna be there. We're all there on the day. I'm nervous because yeah, public speaking is a skill I'm working on. She doesn't show up. And we're kind of like sitting there because and we're like on a time crunch too, because you only have so long, there's only so much time scheduled for each presentation, and my supervisor had to like rush back to where he was going because he has another meeting, and so we're like, oh my god. And then there happened to be another one of the staff members who was there, and he was like, well, I can do it if like, yeah, because they were like, okay, no conflict of interest. He's like, I can do it. He hasn't read the document. Keep in mind the document's like a 30-page document detailing everything I'm going to do, so he just has to go off of what I say in my presentation to assess whether this is like a good PhD project. Is it big enough? Is it whatever? And where are we at now? Okay, we're gonna use this new sunscreen. I always do, yeah, skincare and then sunscreen and then makeup, which makes sense. Oh, and a primer too after. We're just gonna see what the texture of this is like. So, as expected, it's a zinc-based sunscreen, so it's gonna be white. And okay, first impressions. Nice light texture. It's not like thick or heavy or sticky or anything. It is blending in well. I always take it down my neck and like do it on my chest as well because like UV is everywhere. And then I do whatever's left over back of my hands. I know that will get washed off, but whatever. First impressions, feels super light, doesn't feel oily or greasy or heavy or sticky or anything. So far so good. I'll just let that sink in and I'll continue telling my story. So yeah, then he's like, well, I can do it. And the thing about the system is like the other person is in the system as my assessor. And they're like, okay, well, we don't know because this has never happened before, of course. So he's like, okay, well, we can get him to assess it like while we're here. We're also going to record it in case he's not allowed to assess it for some reason that we find out later. And then we'll have to send it to the OG assessor, who, to be fair, we still don't know what happened to her at this point. Like, she just wasn't there. No communication, wasn't answering like her phone or anything. And so we were like, okay, we'll record it, and then if he's not allowed to do it, we'll have to send it to her, she'll have to watch it, and then she might have to come back and have another meeting with you, because they ask you questions at the end. They're like, have you thought about blah, 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 blah. So I'm like stressing at this point, and then I have to give this conversation, this talk. So I was like, okay, like, you've practiced this so many times. I practiced it like every single day, sometimes multiple times a day for like over 2 weeks. So I was like, I think I can do this. Like, hopefully the muscle memory of just doing it so many times will kick in. So I did it, and yeah, afterwards they were like, oh my god, that was really good. Like, it was really polished. Like, yeah, my supervisor said they gave me really good feedback when I like left the room, and like the questions I got were like things that like, yeah, I definitely, especially in the area, I think lots of people are bringing these questions up around this thing, and I was like, yep, good to know. Just stuff about, I mean, without giving you the whole talk about what my PhD program is about, but nothing like there was huge methodological flaws or anything like that with it. So that was really good. Huge weight lifted off of me. I got to see my supervisor for the first time in person in like 5 years, because I met him in first year, and then he was my honors thesis supervisor last year, but we're at different campuses, and so we always just meet online. And I was like, wow, it's so weird to see like outside of my computer. And it's so weird to think that like we've known each other for like half a decade, and like the majority of that has been like an online supervision relationship, which is kind of crazy when you think about it, and also how quick 5 years goes by. So that was that on that. And I mean, afterwards, we still don't know if I'm confirmed. Normally, like, you come back in the room, they're like, congratulations! Oh no, we have to wait. So after that happened, I was like, phew, that was a big day. I actually enjoyed it. It was a good day. Like, one of my friends came, and then like one of my, another like PhD student who we like work on some papers together, he came, so that was just nice to have like your little support team there with you. And yeah, it went better than expected. And it was one of those things where I remember at the beginning of this year, I was like, I don't want to do the in-person confirmation. I don't want to have to speak in person about this, like, and I did it. And I just think it's one of those things where I'm actually really happy that it worked this way, because like in-person presenting is a skill that I want to work on, because given the job that I do, it's important to be able to speak to people like about your ideas and communicate it well in person, and the only way you get better at it is by doing it. So Anyways, okay, I've let that sink in a little bit. Let's start on the makeup. I have some new makeup bits to show you too. Not my primer. This is stock standard Denesamyric's blurring balm. I've been using this for years and years and years, and I will link her below. In my shop, you can, I've organized things into shelves. So if you're ever wondering, like, if I do one of these videos and I go through my stuff quick, and you're like, what was that? It'll be linked in my shop and then you can go through by shelves, like my daily beauty routine or skincare or all of that stuff. So yeah, thin layer, you only need the tiniest amount, like not even the size of a pea, like smaller than a pea. It goes a long way, and it just helps absorb any oil. It gives you sort of like a blurring effect, and it really just helps your makeup stay in place all day, especially if you're someone with oily skin like I am, and you just find that, like, especially in this area, it starts to kind of come through. It just helps keep it under control a little bit more. But the thing I really wanted to, I'm gonna wash my hands first because I don't want to get primer all over the rest of my life. So, as you guys know, if you've been here for a while, I love, 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 love the Fit Cover powder foundation. I've been using it for literally years, probably like 7 years I've been using that foundation, and it is so good. It literally is sweat proof. You could go to the gym. I've gone to a sauna wearing it, and I came out still looking like my makeup was done. You just had to pat away the sweat. So if you know that you need to be somewhere where you're making these to last a long time, but it's also mineral based, so it's not gonna clog up your pores. It doesn't break you out, but they do a liquid one, and I was intrigued because I was like, well, if the powder one is so good, like sometimes I prefer a liquid because it's a little bit like quicker to get done. Like I don't know. Sometimes I just want to be a little speed demon and like zoom through my makeup routine. So I thought I would give this a try, and I've been using it for a few days now, and guys, I'm like absolutely blown away. Like I'm like, I don't think I need to try any other liquid foundations at all again ever. This is the shade Activate. It's a little dark. It's the same shade I use for the powder, but I guess because it is so high coverage, like you do not even need concealer. Like you can see I've got this great pimple on my nose, and then a few little breakouts here from just, yeah, stress and eating a lot of sugar at the moment, which is not great, but it is what it is. But it's good because you can see how this is gonna cover it perfectly. So you just need like the tiniest little amount, like so. I just pop it on the back of my hand. I do think this works in summer because I can like put a bit of fake tan on, which I did yesterday, and it matches a bit better. But if you really, I think in winter I'm gonna need a lighter shade basically. So I just stick my finger in it to sort of I don't know, warm it up, move it around, and then I just swipe it on my face. Again, rinse it off my hand because I don't want foundation all over everything. Grab my favorite fluffy brush. Let's go in close so you can see this. Like, the coverage is just unreal. But yeah, I think in winter I'm probably gonna have to go a shade lighter. Sorry, I'm just looking at like the actual mirror to blend, because looking in the back of the camera doesn't always give you the best indication, but like you can see how quickly that blends out. Like you can do your makeup, your whole face in like 2 seconds flat and it lasts. I've been like, it's been sweaty, it's been hot. I wore this on the day of my confirmation and I was sweating that day, let me tell you. Not just from the temperature. And yeah, blend it in. Just kind of like stipple it into the places where I can, like under the eye, on the nose, where you want it to be a little bit, not thicker, but if you want it to be more sheer, swipe out. Like if you wanted to make this a lighter coverage one, I think you absolutely could. You could blend it with your moisturizer, or you could just do a way thinner coat, but
Yeah. You can see how like well it's covered all of the little stress pimples I was telling you about before. Yeah, just crazy. I'm going to whiz through the rest of my makeup because you've seen that routine, and then I'll come back at the end and show you some of the newer bits that I've been playing with. Oh, also I did go in and set it with like the foot cover powder as well, just to really lock it in there. And like once you do this, like your makeup is just not going anywhere, which is great. Like you just look super airbrushed, super perfect, and you can pretty much go and do whatever and your face is not gonna budge, which is very appreciated as we go into summer here. Okay, and we are back. So I also am opening a new Charlotte Tilbury lip cheat in the shade Hot Gossip. You have seen me use this 500 million times, and the other one is a little tiny nub now that you can barely sharpen, so it was time to stock up on a new one. And now this has been my absolute favorite new lip find. So this is the Fenty Beauty Gloss Stick in the shade Spiced Cold. And when I tell you, like, I feel like this is the perfect, like, dark autumn, like, nudie, kind of pinky, but not, like, pink can be hard if you're a dark autumn sometimes. Like, it can be a little bit too pink or, like, too jarring or too cold. And despite the name that it's called Spiced Cold, it's actually a really, really nice color. And I've been really enjoying wearing it. And let's give the hair a little zhuzh. I really need to get a haircut because the layers are just really not layering. I don't know. It just, the curl is not holding and it is not a vibe. It's not usually like this. Normally, like, ooh. Normally the curl holds for a few days and it's just not at the moment, and I think it's because of the haircut. I think it just needs a little bit more layering. Not like, I don't know. I have an appointment on Friday with a new hairstylist actually. So yeah, I'll be interested to see how that goes. But I think I'm obsessed with this color. I think 2 vlogs ago I showed you guys I had dyed my hair, and at first I was like, oh my god, it's really different because I'd left the gloss on for quite a while, like maybe a little bit longer than you should, and so it took like a couple shampoos to get it to like show its true colors essentially, because I think it sort of like really grabbed onto it, and my hair is quite like that. It'll really grab onto color and then it loses it quite quick. So which is kind of like my personality if you think about it. Like I get really into things and then sometimes I'm like, not into you anymore. So it tracks. Very Sagittarius vibes. And it's Sagittarius season, so that also tracks. But yeah, that is the makeup look for the day done, and the new products that I've been trying out. That is literally the first time I've used that sunscreen, so it went good under makeup. The makeup went on good over it. Is that a better way of saying that? So I'm gonna see how it wears during the day, and yeah, let's go get this show on the road. I mean, we have to get dressed and all the things, so yeah, we can pick out an outfit together.
It is a very cold and, well, I guess it's not cold, it's just kind of humid and wet, rainy day out, but I thought we could do a little garden update. Starting with these tomato bushes and the thyme and the basil, they are all thriving, and part of me is like, I can't believe that I grew these from a seed. Like, that truly blows my mind that they're just doing so well. Like, look at that basil. Also, our lavender bushes are coming in, as well as I planted some cosmos, and we had a few pretty good days of like solid rain, and the germ has just exploded, which is exactly what I wanted. And after winter and looking very, very dried out, the butterfly bush is coming back into full effect. And so these guys, this one, it sort of seems to be happy and then unhappy, happy and then unhappy. So I can't tell if this is just like not the right spot for it right now or what the deal is, but we've got some basil over here, which is also looking lovely. These little herbs, they're just going along as normal, doing their thing. And I recently repotted this tomato plant from another pot where it was quite, I don't think it was getting enough sun there, so I think it's sort of still acclimatizing itself to its new location, as well as this basil also recently got transplanted, and it's living life in its own pot all by itself, and it seems to like that because it's putting out lots of new leaves. We've got our pelargonium down here, thriving, as well as, I think these are alyssum. They're supposed to be a ground cover, but I've just put them in a pot, and yeah, so far it seems to be going so good. These tomato bushes are also like doing the most. I mean, those leaves down there don't look so great. I think they were in pots that were too small for them, and they were starting to get stressed out, so I moved them all into their own big pots, and I think they're still just getting used to that kind of thing. But I'm cautiously optimistic that things are going to start looking better soon for them. And then the little broccoli sprouts that I've been growing, or I guess these are more microgreens, but these are going to get harvested extremely soon, like in 5 minutes for my breakfast. Not all of them, of course, but I'm definitely going to take a few. Also, I have to show you guys these pajamas, which were a present to myself for like doing my confirmation, just like a long challenging year. And like the print on them is just so cute. I will link them down below. And they're silk. I have never had silk pajamas before, but I was sort of like reflecting on my pajama journey over the years and thinking about how like the pajama journey has been like really a good like mirror of like I feel like the self-worth journey that I've gone on in the last few years, which is interesting because especially like pajamas are something that like no one else really sees you in. It's just for you. And like I remember when I was thinking about getting them, I was like, oh my god, silk pajamas are so bougie. Like, do you really need that? Like could you not spend the money on like something else that's more practical or whatever? Just the usual stories that kind of go on in your head. But like I saw them and I just like really loved the print, and like I just like, I mean there's even like, I don't know if you can see it, there's like a cute little horse on there somewhere. I just like absolutely fell in love with them, and like the first day I got them I was like, oh my god, like I feel like
scared to wear these to go to bed. Like, but I did it and it was life-changing. Like, if you've been here for a while, you know, like, I have like sensory sensitivities, like even to the point where like wearing some kinds of clothes, like I just can't do it. Like if it's, I can feel the tiniest little tag, if there's like a seam or something, can't do it, ruins my whole day. Like it just really overwhelms me. And as soon as I put them on, I was like, oh my God, silk pajamas are like neutral. It feels like there's like nothing there, but not in the sense that you feel like you're naked. Like in the sense that like there's nothing distracting me, like there's no seams, it's so light, they're so weightless, they just drape on your body, they just like they regulate your temperature, you never wake up feeling too hot or too cold or like sweaty, like they just feel like energetic neutral is the best way I can describe it. And I was like, oh my God, this is really gonna change the game. Like I think I'm gonna need like silk pajamas are gonna have to become the new standard, because like the sleep that I've been getting, like how good it feels, how like they're not, like they just feel like peace is the best way I can describe it. And so I was like, okay, well if we're at the self-worth dirty place of like silk pajamas, like something that feels like so bougie, so luxurious, so like good for my nervous system, like good energetically, and like you're giving yourself that even when you're just sleeping, basically telling yourself like you deserve it, you deserve to have something like beautiful and comfortable and that feels good and is nice for your nervous system and doesn't have any microplastics in it. Like the pajama journey. Okay, so starting from the beginning, like I always wore like, I don't know, like these activewear shorts that I'd had ever since I like first moved to Australia. Like I had them for a really, really long time and I just always wore them. And I never even thought twice about it. And I really think that's what it's like sometimes when you have like limiting beliefs or like old patterns that you're stuck in. Like you don't even think to go and change them because they've just always been there. You don't even go and think that you could ask for something nicer for yourself. And like it just wasn't even in my head. And then a few years ago I moved, as I went on this healing journey, as I developed my self-worth, as I like cleared those limiting beliefs, then I was like, maybe I could wear cute pajamas, like, and it's not for anyone else, it's just for me. And then I started wearing like cute pajamas, but they were always in like a natural fiber, like cotton or linen or whatever. And that was really great. I really like them, but like I am so sensorily sensitive. I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but it's like, even with like the cotton or natural fiber pajamas, I love how they look. I think they look so cute, but there is sometimes still like things on them where I'm like, oh, I can feel like the strap is doing this, or sometimes it gets twisted when you're sleeping or whatever. And I didn't even think I was asking for silk pajamas. It wasn't ever really something I thought, oh yeah, that's something I really want, because I didn't realize how good it was going to feel, like how calming it would be for my nervous system. And now that we're here, I'm just like, oh my God, I don't think I could ever go back to that old version of myself. And of course I know, like, I guess, like, yes, this is a privileged statement to make, I guess, but also at the same time, I just like, what are your silk pajamas? Like, what is an area of your life where you've been like keeping yourself small or stuck because that's just always how it's been, or maybe you're like not giving yourself like that next level because on some level maybe you don't believe you're worth it, or maybe you're like it doesn't matter, or like I don't need that thing kind of thing. I just think it's interesting to think about. And then it's like, at first, when you get into the silk pajamas, you're like, oh my God, like, can I really wear these to go to sleep in? And then you're like, no, actually, this feels really good. And then after a few nights, you're like, this is the new normal. And it's the same with like your inner world and your personal growth. It's like, at first you get to that new level and you're like, oh my God, can I do this? It feels really, really shaky and uncertain. And then after you do it for a little bit, it feels like normal and natural. And you're like, of course I could do this thing. So yeah, I feel like it's just something interesting to reflect on. What are your old pajamas that maybe could use an upgrade, whether that's metaphorically or literally? Just something interesting to think about. But anyways, I don't know how I managed to make pajamas into a whole thing about your self-worth, but here we are. And I will link these down below because they really just are everything. You can get them in a pants version too, but I just feel like the climate I live in, shorts is better. And even like yeah, I think even like having the long sleeve, it's like because the silk is so temperature regulating, it's not too hot. And if there's one thing you know about me, I take my sleep very seriously. Like my bedtime routine is on another level just because sleep is so important, especially when you are like an energetically sensitive person. Your rest is so important. Like I need to get 8 hours. It has to be good. Like otherwise I'm just not functioning at my best, right? And it's like who doesn't want to feel their best as much as they can? So anyways, I'll leave you with that and then I'm gonna go and get dressed actually for the day. Back home from the shops, I thought I would show you what I got. The weather this morning is crazy. Like I was about to go out the door and then it was like a giant thunderstorm, lightning, like, and I think for a little bit of context, like here usually in the afternoon in the summer it will storm, not like first thing on Sunday morning. But I thought, well, I mean, it's like an underground car park, so I was like, I'm not gonna get rained on, but like, I can't believe how, it's not really showing up on this camera how dark it is, but I have like the overhead light for like over the cooktop. I have all the lamps on, I have all the like flameless candles on, and it's 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, I don't know, I haven't looked. Anyways, but yeah, it's dark. So I got some stuff that was really exciting. This is one of my new to me chocolate brands that I have found, and everything from them is just so good. And I saw these and they were, what are they called? They're like pavlova bites. And if there's one thing about me, it's like I go absolutely feral for pavlova. Anything like kind of marshmallowy in texture, it's just, I love it. I can't explain it. Always been like this. Like, I love pavlova. I love marshmallows. Like, you literally, like, I cannot be trusted to have, like, a bag of marshmallows in the house. If I have it, I will eat it all. I don't know what it is about them. I don't know. I'm a big fan. And also, like, all the fruit is in season too. Like, 2 giant mangoes for, like, $8. And my mom is obsessed with mangoes, especially like Australian mangoes, and right now we keep like sending each other photos back and forth of being like, this is how much mangoes are where I am. And I'm like, last time I think I got one for like $3.99, like a big one, like this big, and it was so good. And she was like, I got one mango for $21, which is insane. For reference, she's in Canada, but like 21, I was like, wow, I really hope you enjoyed that mango and like got every little bit out of it, because like each bite is like $5. But you know what? If you like it, it's worth it. And then I got some peaches, and I just love all the like summer produce is out and it's making me so happy. Got some oats for the cookies that we're going to be making, and also, so you saw me making my sourdough starter earlier. I have done what I haven't done in like over 10 years. I have tried changing the kind of flour that I'm using, and if you are also a sourdough baker, you know that the flour is everything. Like, changing your flour is like, it can be the difference between your loaf totally not working and it being like the most amazing, bubbly, like risen loaf you've ever seen. So normally I get it from Flannery's, and I just get like the organic baking flour, and that has served me well for like my whole sourdough journey. But I didn't feel like driving all the way to Flannery's the other day, and I was in the farm shop and I was like, okay, they have like 6 different kinds from this brand of flour, and I was like, ChatGPT, help, like which one should I pick? Because obviously they have different gluten protein content in each one, and that's going to impact how your loaf rises, how it ferments, the bubbles you get, the size of the holes, all of that stuff. It's going to make like a noticeable big difference. And I was like, let's make sure we get the right flour. And they're also all in Italian, which I do not speak, so I was like, let's get a little bit of help. So what we ended up going for is a soft, what's called Manitoba Oro. I don't know what that means. Manitoba is a province in Canada, so I don't know. They do make a lot of wheat though, actually. Is this wheat from there? No, it looks like it has, where did it come from? Well, it says a lot about Italy on here, but I can't read that.
does say it comes from Italy, so that's good. They know a thing or two about bread in Italy. So anyways, we have our beautiful Italian flour, and this made one of the best loaves I think I have ever made. It rose the biggest out of any loaf I've ever made. And like the holes, the tunnels, I don't know if there's a technical name for them, were like longer and better formed. Like the structure of it was just different inside. And even like when I was mixing the starter, like it was way more like stretchy and elastic, which is what I think allowed for those like stretched out tunnel hole things. So yeah, I picked up a new one of this, and this is so good because this is much closer to get from my house. From my house? Anyways, it's easier for me to get that flour. I don't have to travel as far to do it. And so that's really good. They also had like all these other flours, like they had rye and buckwheat and all that kind of stuff. And I just figured we'll change one thing at a time. You don't want to go around changing everything, because did I loop you in on this? I changed my water that I've been using in it for same reason. Didn't want to drive all the way to Flannery's. And so I have been using this spring water from Mount Warning, which we love. Nice local product. And this has been working really good. It likes it. The starter likes it. So yeah, I fed my starter this morning. I'm going to start, I made the leaven this morning. Sorry, I fed my starter last night. And I'm gonna start making the bread today. And then this is gonna be the second loaf that I make entirely with the new flours. So yeah, I'm excited. I mean, this loaf was so stretchy that it like burst right through the scoring I did on the top of the bread, which is what you do to allow the bread to expand. It just busted right through that, and so the end loaf was like smooth on top. So I think I'm gonna have to change my scoring style. So stick around, we will do that in this vlog so you can sort of see how, yeah, we're experimenting with things, which is fun. And this, another one from the Cocoa Black. These are so good. These are little like they're marshmallows that are dipped in chocolate, but it's like a dark chocolate and there's like vanilla bean in them. So good. I used to be obsessed with the Cadbury. Has like these marshmallow chocolate coated Santas that come out twice a year. They do them as like an egg shape for Easter and like a Santa shape for Christmas. And I have been obsessed with them for so long, and I hadn't found any in a really long time too, which was making me really sad. And then on the day of my confirmation, I go into the Woolies that's near my uni, and they had them, and I was like, oh my god, it's a sign, I'm so excited. And I bought one, and I think they've changed the recipe, or like they've changed an ingredient or something in it, because they were definitely like, they were really, really sickly sweet. And I didn't enjoy them as much. And I mean, this is like the bougie upgraded version of those. So I was like, okay, well, I guess it's a sign that we're just going to be getting these ones now instead of the Marshmallow Santas, which is a bit sad because they used to be really, really good. Anyways, and then just, yeah, some blackberries. These are also in season right now and really delicious. I did think about making a pavlova, but I was like, cookies or a pavlova? Cookies or a pavlova? I think it's gonna be cookies. And then the recipe called for peanut butter. We're doing almond butter. I have an interesting relationship with peanut butter. Like, I kind of like it, but I don't know. It's just not my favorite. I don't know. And some little tomatoes, because I'm going to do the Kitchen Garden breakfast muffins. They are just the best like snack to have to hand. They're just so easy. You throw them in the air fryer, you heat them up. I've been putting lots of cheese in them. I probably won't make them again with you because you've seen that a few times on here, but I can link them down below, or they're on my Substack if you want to go check them out and make them for yourself, because they're really delicious. And cranberries. Oh, just kidding, they're cherries actually. I thought they were cranberries. So, but I think cherries in like, I guess it's gonna be like an oatmeal chocolate cherry cookie, which actually sounds really good. We're doing it with one of the recipes off the Hustle app that I showed you earlier. And I mean, we've changed like half the ingredients, but I think that's the nice thing about those kind of recipes is like, if you don't like peanut butter, you swap to almond butter. If you don't, they have dates in there, which I do like dates, but I wanted to do like a cranberry chocolate chip oatmeal cookie, but they're gonna be a cherry oatmeal chocolate cookie anyways, which is also good. And a zucchini for, I like shred the zucchini and put it in the kitchen garden breakfast muffins. And my tomatoes, as you saw earlier, I think I might be able to put those in there. And when I do that, they truly will be kitchen garden breakfast muffins, because right now I just use the herbs that I have in the garden and none of the produce is ready yet. But the basil is doing really well. No, I think I'm gonna let it grow a little bit bigger before I start hacking into it and eating it. I feel like a monster. I don't know, you obviously like don't think about eating, like you don't think that it's bad to eat herbs when you buy them from the store, but when you've like grown them from a seed, you're like, my children, I'm eating them. But they'll grow back, so it's fine. So yeah, that's what I got from the shops, and I think let's make these cookies. It's a very good day for baking, like just cold, rainy, thunder. Yeah, I think it's a good day to be at home. So yeah, let's get started. But before we do that, we have to fuel ourselves. I'm gonna move this off camera because that green is very distracting. Before, we have to fuel ourselves and see what these pavlova bites are all about. I'm very intrigued by these. It's like kind of like you could use it as a bauble on your tree. Not my tree. My tree is too tiny for that, but now, are we going to tear into it like a savage, or are we going to use scissors? I'm going to use scissors because I don't want it to go everywhere. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Yum! Those are so good. They literally are just like little pieces of pavlova that are dipped in chocolate. There's something else I can taste though. Like I'm like, it's kind of... No, there's like vanilla. All the usual suspects. Oh, passion fruit. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah, because I was like, there's a little bit of like something tangy, but it's not lemon. It's passion fruit. Yum. These guys also had... Stop eating with my mouth. Talking with my mouth full. An advent calendar for sale, and it was $50. And I was like, but it'd be like $50 of like really good chocolate. I'm very tempted. Like, that's a bougie advent calendar, but if I know like this company, like it's gonna be worth it. Like their chocolate is so good. Maybe when I finally find out what's going on with my confirmation, that can be my new present to myself. Also, I got some new jewelry bits that I felt like I needed to... Let's move you over a little bit. That's better. That I needed to share with you. So, I think I unboxed this with you a few vlogs ago. Oh my gosh. There we go. A little signet ring that I got on Etsy with, you can see my fake tan there. Don't look at that. And it's got my initials on it. It's really cute. I do like it. The only thing I would say to be aware of is that I think it doesn't tarnish, but the gold wears quite quickly, especially on the side where it's like facing the world. So that's a little bit of a bummer, but yeah, I don't know. With Etsy, I feel like you just never really know like how good it's gonna be. Like I do like the engraving, like we've got my initials on it. I don't know if you can see that. And it is like a really nice shade of gold, but it has faded quite fast. And I'm just telling myself I like the patina, like it looks aged. But that is a bit frustrating. And yeah, but on the other hand, quite literally the other hand, I've got some new in jewelry bits. So this is from YCL. Oh my goodness, is it gonna, there we go. Little pinky signet ring with the little, like, they're not actual diamonds. I think they're cubic zirconia, but you can get them with a little initial, and I just thought that's a really cute detail to kind of replace the other signet ring that I have shown you guys before with the little North Star.
I'm trying to make it so that it focuses on that and not my face. But yeah, I think this is a really cute little detail. I will link it down below. Super comfortable to wear. I really like the shape of it. Obviously it is not going to tarnish within a few weeks because YCL stuff is just amazing quality, and for the price point, I think what you get, like I've worn some of their pieces, like their necklaces, for literally years. It's kind of hard to show you because it's so dainty, but this little K initial, this is not new. I think you guys have seen this before, but it's a little K detail with another little cubic zirconia. And this pendant is from, I can never remember the name. It was a gift for graduating from my Bachelor's of Psych last year from my auntie and uncle. But I ended up swapping out the chain for, this chain is also from YCL. You can buy just like plain chains, and they also sell little like charms, and so you can customize it however you want, but I just wanted to keep this on it because my auntie and uncle gave it to me. But the chain that it came with, originally that this came with, it just kept tarnishing, and I was like, yeah, it was gold too. Like I didn't think it was like a, I don't know. So I was like, it was annoying me. I guess some people don't mind if it gets like a bit of a patina on it, but I just liked it to be a little bit more bright gold. So I took the pendant, swapped it over to the YCL chain, and I think I have a code, a link below, that if you shop through that, you do get like $20 off of purchases over 93. So yeah, use that. And then, oh, we got lots of new jewelry actually since we've done a jewelry tour. So F&H Studios is one of my other absolute favorite jewelry brands, especially if I want to like commemorate something. Like I'm not just looking for like, I don't know, like, you know what I'm like. I'm happy to buy like a little cute piece off of AliExpress just to see how it fits in my wardrobe or see if I like wearing that thing. But if I want to buy myself like something a little bit nicer, I always go to, and like to commemorate stuff, because for me, I really like my jewelry like commemorating something or reminding me of something or like anchoring something in. So yeah, F&H Studios, which is based in Byron Bay, which I love, and YCL and Sit and Wonder are usually my go-to brands for that, and the quality is just amazing. I really wanted like a pair of gold hoops that were like good quality gold hoops that weren't gonna tarnish, that were super light, because hindsight is always 20/20, right? Like when I was in 18, I stretched my ears to like 00 or whatever it was. Like you could see through them. It was a big hole, and I mean they went back, but now sometimes if jewelry is too heavy, it like pulls down and creates a vibe that I don't really like. And I am like, I wish I hadn't stretched my ears, but oh well, it's too late now. And with these hoops, you can't really see it. And also these hoops are super, super light. And I like them because even though they're like quite a classic shape, like they're a hoop, they're a little bit, like, what's the word? Irregular? Imperfect? I don't know. Like you can see how the surface is a little bit, it's not just like smooth and normal. I don't know. But yeah, these are the, I believe they're called the wonky hoop, and they have, this is the big size, and they do a smaller one as well. And then these little, it's hard to tell in the viewfinder if you can see them properly because some of the jewelry is so dainty. But these little hoops also from YCL. This little guy, Sit and Wonder. This is from L and Row. And then this little guy is also from Sit and Wonder. I guess we won't know until I'm editing this back. Like, is it in focus? If not, I'm really sorry, I tried. As you know, my like daily watch is also from YCL, the Heritage Watch. And then these guys are from Objects. And if you're like, did you get engaged? I did not. I don't know. I tried wearing it on my right hand, which is my dominant hand, and I just found it, I don't know, it's weird. On my left hand, I don't notice it. On my right hand, I'm like very aware that it's there. I don't know how to explain that better. But anyways, so I just wanted to, I really liked the look of this combo together. I actually did get one off of AliExpress where it looked pretty much exactly like this, and I liked it, but of course it's AliExpress, so it tarnished after a little while, and I like bought another one, and then the same thing happened, and I was like, maybe you should just go and get yourself like a better version. So this is from Objects, which is, so it's not a diamond, but it is gold plated, I believe. And yeah, this is the, I think it's called the Ornella ring. I'll link it down below. And then this is, I don't remember the name of this band. It's just like a half eternity band. It doesn't go all the way around because I felt like that would be irritating for my fingers. And yeah, I just feel like it was a cute little detail. The quality is really, really nice on the Object stuff, so I will link them down below. And I don't know if I had a link that would get you 25% off or something. I'll see if I can find it. But yeah, if you're just looking for like some classic jewelry, or maybe you want to like try out a ring style, see if you like it, or maybe I know like some of the girlies use it as like a travel ring, like if you have like an actual diamond ring and you want the look of it but you don't want to travel with your diamonds, which fair enough. My tea towel just fell on my foot. I will put it back. Yeah, I just think it's a cute little detail, and I don't know, nobody has thought that I'm married so far, but at the same time I'm like, is it just, I just feel like it's stupid that people are like, you can only wear that kind of ring on that hand because it means this thing, and it's like, but it's my ring and it's my finger, I'm gonna wear it the way I want to. Like, and if you think I'm married, well, that's a you problem, I guess. I don't know. Not that there's anything wrong with being married or engaged, obviously. But yeah, that is the new jewelry additions. So let's go make these cookies. So it's a couple hours later and, well, the sun has come out. It's so much brighter in here. I don't know if you can notice the difference on camera, but I'm gonna do the cookies now. So they are 1 bowl cookies, which is very handy. I've got the oven on 175, and yeah, I converted all the recipe measurements into grams because then I figured you could, there's flour on here. Then I could just put everything into here and then mix it that way without having to get every single utensil and spoon dirty. And I just used ChatGPT to do that. So it's a little fun fact. I don't know if it's a fun fact, but it's just an idea. Like sometimes if you have like a 1 bowl recipe and you can, then that way you can just do everything on the scale and it will make your life so much easier. So I'm gonna bring you down so you can see what I'm up to. And I think I mentioned this before, but you can find this recipe on the Hustle app. And using my code, which I will pop on the screen, you can get your first month for $20. Perfect, exactly the amount that we needed. And then they said honey, but I'm gonna use maple syrup. Other way around, they said maple syrup and I'm gonna use honey. Hopefully I have enough. Now give that a little mix together. I would mix it not on your scale just to make sure that you don't mess up your scale, I guess. I didn't quite have 100. I didn't have quite the same amount that you're supposed to have, so I guess we're just gonna see how this goes. I'm sure it will still be delicious. Now we're gonna put in the oats.
And then roughly a tablespoon of sugar. More than 9. I don't think they're gonna spread a lot, so I'm going to just try and squish them in, and if they do spread a lot, well, we'll deal with it. Okay, I've gone for a quick walk and the cookies have had a chance to cool down, so we're gonna try one. But which one? Oh my gosh. Like, look at how good that looks. Oh my god. This is exactly what I wanted. Like, I believe they're called, in the Hustle app, they're called, well, they're chocolate dipped granola cookies, but instead of dipping them in chocolate, I just put chocolate chips in them, because I'd rather have my chocolate all the way through. And I made a few changes to the recipe, but you absolutely don't have to, so I think I mentioned it a little bit through the vlog, but I'll just tell you now. Swapped the peanut butter for almond butter, swapped the maple syrup for honey. I didn't put the chia seeds in because I didn't have them. I swapped the chocolate dipping for chocolate chips. I swapped the nuts for I guess I swapped the nuts for the chocolate chips. And I added dried cherries. And I threw in an egg just because I didn't have enough honey. And I was like, you know what, let's just throw in an egg as a binder just to hold everything together. And then I was like, well, I want to make sure it's not too wet. So I threw in I don't know, a couple tablespoons of just all-purpose flour. So
I changed the recipe a little bit, but like the bones of it are the same. And yeah, they're actually pretty healthy because there's only, like, I mean, there's honey in them, but as far as sweeteners go, that's pretty good. And there's only like a tablespoon of sugar in the whole recipe, which is like nothing. So yeah, definitely recommend them. And let me know if you make them. Mmm. So good. I feel like this weekend, or like today at least, I've just been prepping all my food, all my snacks for the week. I did the kitchen garden breakfast muffins as well at the same time because I was like, well, if the oven is on, might as well just do it all at once. And I've got my sourdough started in the back, so literally prepping everything today. Okay, there she is. For some reason, she did not rise as much as the last one. I think there's a few reasons for that. Maybe because I had it fermenting in a colder room. Maybe I should have let it do its first bulk rise a little bit longer, but oh well, I'm sure it's gonna be delicious anyways, and still am getting to know this new flower, so yeah, the journey continues.